something that I learned when I came over here. In English, it's called cross your legs. But over here, it's like crisscross applesauce.
I learned that when I was working on a daycare.
Americans have to be so jacked. Welcome back to We're Not That Different podcast. I'm Alex.
And I'm Nani.
Today, we're going to be talking about cycling rules and how we feel about them. Some of them are going to be satire or not.
Right.
Some of them are going to be funny, but some of them really are you should take very seriously. Take note.
Yes, this is debatable, some of them. Just to let you know our sources, this is the 95 rules of cycling from Velominati.com. If you want to go there and check them out, they're pretty popular around really like hardcore road cyclists.
I want to start with mine because Italian cyclists take things very seriously. So this is from Sicily Cycling Club.
Okay.
Bib shorts must be black, total black. We can tolerate navy blue.
Okay.
So they're not allowed to have any other, no other color at all.
There is also a rule in this list because and it says rule number 14: shorts should be black.
Mm-hmm.
Team issue shorts should be black, with the possible exception of side panels, which may match the rest of the team kit. So it's like we like colors. Women like
I like
colors.
my navy blue.
Right. I mean, we already agree that white is not a good color to wear your bibs. But
I think I don't see the problem with wearing colourful cycling outfits.
Me neither.
Colourful, especially for women. It's like how we express ourselves.
Right.
We look cute.
And in case of men, just because you're guys, I think you still need to check on transparency.
Please.
Because that's the thing when you switch to other colors that
browns
you might,
as well.
Well, yeah, the brand.
Yeah.
But yeah, in general, black does the job.
Do the squat test.
Yeah.
And make sure that there's plenty of padding at the front so that you're not showing off things that you shouldn't be showing off on a ride.
If you can show off.
For those of you that have that problem, some of you don't.
Okay.
That's gonna have to be cut out.
Yeah.
Not that we're looking. Not that I'm looking.
No, I avoid. I swear I avoid.
I'm not looking at that.
I only notice this part when I see the group photos. That's one thing. This is not part of his. But
if there's a sausage roll hanging out somewhere, it shouldn't be.
To practice a different pose. All the guys do this.
That's because they want to make sure that it's not showing.
Right, but can you think about another position? Like this is too.
All men, yeah.
Like I like when, for example, I don't know if he does this because of that, but I like when they bend over and like do a pose like.
Oh yeah, the cool. Just something funny because every single cycling photo is just.
Or use your bicycle like something that
just
it's not like grabbing your package.
But they're probably aware that the package might be showing.
Right, they don't want to look like.
And so they're making sure that they're not going to be stood out on the. Because they think it's going to be showing and it's probably not.
It won't, but I get it. Like it shouldn't be comfortable to have a lump there out of place because you can
put your dicks away, guys. Put them away.
Okay, let's go back to the rules. This is out of control. Okay, that's so funny. Okay, so your next back to the.
I'm going to use this is one that I think is just stupid. This is from the Italian Cycling Club, don't forget. So they're really anal about these things. Do not use a bike bag under the saddle. Yeah. Just put your pump and tools in your jersey pockets, which I do know people that do that. I've seen it. But for me, I like my pockets pretty tight. You know, the jersey pretty tight. I just like my phone, my gels, my car key has to go in there. Why am I the bag under my seat, it's snug right under there. Yeah. It's not like it's taken away from my aero.
Exactly.
So what's the reasoning for the bike bag?
Yeah. So one of them is no frame mounted pumps.
Mountain pumps. I agree with that.
That looks really ugly.
And might be dangerous too because it'll fall off.
Yeah. And then spare tubes. This is rule number 31. Spare tubes, multi-tools, and repair kits should be stored in jersey pocket. If absolutely necessary, in a converted bidon, I don't know, how do I read? In a converted bidon in a cage on bike, or use one of these, and they suggest something. Well, recently Abraham decided to do that, so he has like a small flat tire
Mm-hmm.
kit that you can have in your jersey, and he removed it from the bike. I get for pros, like,
We're not talking about shaving off a split second. You know, for us, it doesn't really matter.
right, and now we're not like trying to lose weight. Like, I mean, not
On the
even
bike.
right. Like, oh,
Yeah.
I need a lighter bike, so this will add this many grams. Like, we're not in
And
that
men
place.
have bigger pockets. Our jerseys are smaller. Our pockets
That's
barely
true.
fit our phone.
That's true.
Again, with the pockets, we need to design some jerseys. I disagree with that one.
Yeah, for me, it's not functional. I get it. You have your bike to look like a pro bike, but if you're not a pro, you can just do you.
On the topic of outfits and cycling wear, again,
Yeah.
we're going to talk about the socks.
Yeah, let's go to that.
Let's just bring it up because I got a lot to say about this. I've been riding my bike I had my old mountain bike for 10 years. Always wore just normal, like ankle short black socks to match my shoes, whatever. And then now on my road bike, I've been wearing short socks too because I don't want the tan line. And also, I do have rather large calves.
Right.
Which I think
proudly, I will.
Proudly.
Right.
And the long socks just seem to roll down, and it's annoying.
Yeah.
And I have to keep pulling them up.
Right.
So why? So this one says, this is from the Italian Cycling Club. Socks are important. If you ride without or with very short ones, you cannot ride with us.
Like you're not the cool
You
kid.
cannot even wear long socks like compression ones because you would look really strange. That is something for triathletes and is not a styled related accessory. Right length of the socks is right below or right above the lower part of the calf.
That's so funny. Okay, I'm gonna read rule number 7. It says, shorts and socks should be like Goldilocks, not too long and not too short. And then this says, disclaimer, despite Sean Yates' horrible choice in short length, he is a quintessential heart man of cycling and is deeply admired by the Velominati. Whereas Armstrong, short and sock length are just plain wrong. No socks is a no-no. Are those ankle length ones that should only be worn by female tennis players.
Oh my god! So it's debatable. I have to disagree with the sock one because even with the low cut socks, the tan lines I think are an issue, and it doesn't. So what? What's the problem? So the white bibs, right? We don't do the white bibs because it's see-through. You sweat and whatever. It's not very comfortable for other riders. Okay, there's a reason why.
Right.
Socks.
I don't know if you heard this. Like, if you're not fast, at least you have to look fast.
Yeah.
So it's all about
are
you perceived? Like, do you want to look like a pro?
Road
cyclist. Yeah, I'm agree with like I don't care what you wear on.
It really doesn't matter. I mean, I want to talk about the coffee stop.
Oh yeah.
So the Italians who take coffee very, very seriously. There's two things. When you stop for a coffee, remember to take your helmet off.
Okay.
Apparently you can't keep your helmet on. In Italy, we drink coffee at the counter. That is an important rule here, and it's espresso only.
Right. Which this is similar. Rule number 56. Espresso or macchiato only. If the word soy skim latte is heard to be used by a member wearing cycling apparel, then that person must be ceremonially beaten with CO2 canisters or mini pumps by others within the community. So you're basically allowed to punish whoever orders something different.
I agree, but for health reasons, because if you're going to have a performance, if you're going to have a big bowl of milky coffee, you're just going to feel sick when you get back on the bike. And it's quick too.
Yeah, that's what because they say like in the, what did they say? Like you have to drink it
at the counter.
On the counter.
Yeah,
so
they go in, they order it. It's super quick. It's like €1, and then they down it, and they're gone.
Gone, exactly. I do agree with that in some part, but depending on the intensity, sometimes I do appreciate the break, depending on how many hours we're planning. Because if it's a long ride, we don't want to stay too long, But yeah, depending on the intensity and the length of the ride, I do
and then don't order like some kind of elaborate cheese toasty or something that's going to take forever to get made and then forever to bring out and for you to eat it.
Yeah,
we're quick stop. because
Yes.
otherwise your legs are going to freeze up and you're not going to
And
want
your
to go.
digestion is gonna go crazy.
Yeah,
You're not
no.
gonna feel good after. Yeah. Give me one more.
This is actually quite interesting. I agree with this one. This one is simple. No stuffed animals or figurines mounted to your handlebars, no matter what it signifies to you. No mirrors on your helmet or your glasses.
Yep.
No reflector strips taped to your bike. No giant flashing lights. LEDs are okay. So I mean, we all know someone that has a mirror
Yeah.
on their glasses.
Yeah.
It's just not cool.
It doesn't look
It's
good
just
at all.
and just all you've got to do is look behind. That's all you've got to do.
Yeah.
Unless unless you're like some 75-year-old on an e-bike that needs the mirror.
Yeah.
You don't need it on your glasses.
I mean, I feel like it doesn't look good at all. Like I remember joking about this with Abraham, like, please don't let me wear this, and like never. But I do if I see someone that looks over 70 years old, like I get it because maybe you don't have the same reflections.
They can't move.
Maybe or your side, like you're not
Right.
trusting your side, like maybe I don't know. I get functionality and safety things, but this is for like trail riders,
Mhm.
which are riding between people and traffic and
Mhm.
people walking their dogs. I don't feel like this is for every side. I don't think we should be wearing those accessories
No.
on the road.
No, and I mean that because I have seen people too with little trinkets dangling from seats.
Like
Not naming any
decoration.
names. Yeah, like
Decor.
it's a little dangerous because it can come off,
Yeah,
right? But it's not necessary.
it doesn't look good at all.
No.
First of all, like you're not driving a taxi.
You little guys.
I don't think you should wear the.
What about the golden balls that people put on the back of the truck?
Right, yeah, yeah,
You
yeah.
can hang some balls at the back. Now
That's
that might be fun.
no. I agree, and I have the rule number 6 here says no mirrors. Mirrors are allowed on your surely big dummy or your surely long haul trucker, not on your road seat,
Yeah.
not on your mountain bike, not on your helmet. If someone familiar with the rules has sold you such an abomination, return the mirror and demand a refund. Please, interest and damages. So yeah, I don't like. I'm not agree with that, and I don't think. Yeah, the mirror. I don't
It's
think
not
it looks
necessary
good.
for mirrors. It's just keep it simple.
And if anything, we're gonna add. I'm gonna add a quick suggestion just for safety. Get a radar. Right now, you can get a radar,
Yeah.
and your bike computer
True.
will tell you like car back. How even now they
Mhm.
tell you how far they are,
Exactly.
and if they pass or whatever. Like if you feel you need those kind of things as a safety, technology can help you, and you wouldn't look ridiculous while trying to be safe.
This one's an interesting one.
Okay.
One of the easiest ways to determine the experience level of a cyclist is to see how early they clip out before coming to a stop. A novice rider will clip out as much as a block before a stop sign or a red light. A real beginner will clip out a block before a green light, just on the off chance that it might turn red by the time they get to it, to look cool.
Yeah.
Let the bike come to a full stop before clipping out. To look Euro cool, never clip out. Track stands only.
I feel so related to this because I've been there. Like not
Yeah.
now, thank God, but I used to unclip like a block.
And block back, you know, just in case. But then when you get more confident, yeah. Or I lean against a post, or I lean against another rider.
I haven't got to that.
You don't do that yet either. That's the next confidence level.
I'm getting there. But again, I remember, and I never wanted to look stupid, so I did unclip really early, but I never let my foot loose.
Yeah.
Like I was unclip on top of the pedal just
so
in
you
case
could
I need to clip back.
I do that.
And if anything, I just balance my foot to
Right.
the other side if I need to stop, and I keep yelling like stopping, just in case nobody will stop out of surprisingly behind me. But now I'm getting better. I'm able to, even if I'm panicking inside, I'm trying to stay cool, stay on my bike, stay as for as long as I can clean.
And just sometimes you can imagine you just unclip both at the same time. Your legs are just
Oh no, thank God I never did that.
That's really bad because I've seen people at the beginning do that, and their legs are everywhere, and it's like they just forget how to use their feet.
Right. So I feel like maybe we'll get through that phase when we're
Confidence building.
learning. Yes.
Yeah. Oh, this one's interesting because I am guilty of this one. Under no circumstances should a replica pro team kit or a national world champion kit be worn unless you've earned it. The only acceptable team kit is your own club kit. Retro wool kits are sometimes acceptable, but even that's a bit iffy. So I do have the Little Trek jersey.
Me too.
And we have a rider on the Sunday, Mike, that won't be watching this. He likes to wear his
He just follow us, so he will be watching now.
Oh, sorry, Mike. I'm gonna call you out, but you wear the full team kit. Yeah. I don't have a problem with that.
No, I feel like it's cool to wear certain team kits, but not with a number or a name of a specific cyclist.
Yeah, that's silly.
Like wear the Maglia Rosa. Like you're not gonna wear the pink jersey from the Giro d'Italia if you don't earn it.
That's too much. Yeah.
You're not gonna wear the Florida State Champion if you didn't earn it. You're not gonna wear the USA national jersey.
Yeah.
But maybe like it's like when you like soccer.
Yeah.
You might get a shirt because you admire that.
You're just showing support.
Right. But wearing a number or that's my opinion. That looks like
yeah. No.
But again, if it wasn't allowed, people wouldn't sell these things. And I do like how that kit in particular looks.
Yeah, that's nice and blue.
I have the Trek Segafredo jersey, not the whole kit, but just the jersey, and it looks so pretty. Okay, rule number 7 is tan lines should be cultivated and kept razor sharp. So I'm proud of my tan lines. I feel like all cyclists are.
Means you've worked hard for them.
Yeah, of course. For me as a female, is like when I'm wearing shorts or skirts, it's like I wish I could have like a
even tan line.
A tan lotion.
I don't like the tan lines. But I have to wear a lot of sunscreen anyway.
Yeah. So, but what they say about it is, under no circumstances should one be rolling up their sleeves or shorts in an effort to somehow diminish one's tan line. Sleeveless jerseys are under no circumstances to be employed. So yeah, basically it's like, don't try to wear too short,
little short shorts,
or sleeveless, stuff like that, to prevent those tan lines, because pretty much they make you.
Like I don't know what's wrong with the sleeveless, but okay, whatever.
Well, it's not that it's wrong. I'm not gonna judge you as a cyclist just because you're wearing.
Like you are.
I won't. Well,
if it's a cycling jersey with back pockets in it, it's a cycling jersey.
Right,
but I wouldn't do it on a group ride because I'd get laughed at. That and my short socks. Exactly. Like, you can't ride with us.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I wouldn't judge you, especially if we are just doing like a therapy session, like a fitness. But if I'm going in a group ride, I do how the peloton looks.
Yeah, you want to look pro.
Yeah, you don't want to look like, oh, she's I don't know, like standing.
Amateur.
Yeah, I'm gonna add this last two together so we can talk about it. So rule number 10, it says it never gets easier, you just get faster. And I would add that to rule number 5 that we talked in our first episode, harden the fuck up.
Harden the fuck up.
Which is a lot of, I feel like the bike has brought that for me into my life in general. Like, I'm too sensitive sometimes.
Yeah, and your brain will quit way before your body needs to quit.
Yeah.
And especially if we're emotional, like as ladies get, and we're out on the bike and it's like, I just can't do it. It's just too difficult. And just whining.
Right.
Shut the fuck up. Yeah. Just work harder. I don't like whinging. Maybe that's something that I need to learn to be a little bit more caring, a bit more sensitive towards other people's emotions. But I don't like people who complain about tough stuff.
Yeah.
Like if it's on the back, oh, these hills are too hard. Or, oh, I can't. Just shut up and just do it.
Right. Yeah.
And unless you're vomiting or passing out, you're fine.
Don't complain. Yeah, I don't like to be the whiner, like being, because I feel like, why did you sign up for this?
Yes.
Like, this is about what it's all about.
Yeah, it's not a stroll in the park.
Right. That basically is what we were talking on the first episode. Like, it's okay if you wanna get a better experience on the bike, but don't try to get it comfortable. Like, stay in the couch if you wanna be too comfortable. I remember I had a friend, Omar, and I remember he told me I was the beginner of the beginner, like level 0, and I was riding with Abraham and his friend. And when we had like I don't know, they dropped me so quick, like I wasn't even trying. And he kept saying, like, Nani, you're avoiding to feel pain. Like, you're avoiding the pain. You don't want to get through pain. And that kept in my mind because I keep saying, like, you ride your bike as you live your life. So I was like that. I was staying safe all the time. I don't want to go through that. Like, I wasn't confident enough to feel like I was able to go through that. So the thing is, I had to go through pain, and it made me a better cyclist. It was like, what's the worst that can happen?
And you learn your body's limits. You learn that, okay, your legs are hurting to a certain point, but you know that you've still got more life in you. You know they're not going to, you know that feeling inside when you're getting to that. And some people will never experience that. Like, we know what it's like to get to the point of almost complete exhaustion, dehydration. Right. But before we get there, well, we're good.
I know, and like I've learned this, and Abraham kept telling me, you need to learn to recover on the bike because it's gonna hurt, but you're also gonna feel better.
Take that moment when you're behind someone, you catch a draft.
And I keep thinking on the heels, like, just one more squat. Because when I'm off the bike, like, I try to push myself doing other type of workouts, and I'm able to manage it. So in my head, when I'm on the bike, I'm like, this is just one more squat, and I'm gonna and then I'm gonna feel stronger and better, and you can get to recover, which
definitely
take us to the one that I said, the number 10 is it never gets easier, you just get faster. So those roads are gonna be hard. They're not changing. Like, you are the one who's pushing harder. You are going through, like, pushing your limits, getting new PRs, like,
track your progress. If you don't feel like you're going anywhere, look where you were a year ago.
Right. But the road is the same, the inclination is the same. You know, like, that is a constant, like, that's not changing. You are the one who should be improving. Exactly. So I need that for my life. Like, sprinkle a little of rule number 5 all over my life.
I'm gonna get it on the back of my cycling jersey.
There's a lot of rules. This is all debatable. There's one that I wasn't gonna bring it up, but now
bring it up.
It says, rule number 11: family does not come first, the bike does. And there's an explanation for it. Like, they make a joke about it because they say, like, the wife was complaining and say, oh no, I'm the last in the list. First is the car, then the bike, and then the wife. And the guy said, no, the bike comes first, not even the car. But the wife feels the last. So,
but I have a feeling on this, and I think it makes a lot of sense. Obviously, we can joke about it, and you need to plan time with family and so forth. But when we have guests in town, for example, we've made it a rule now that, okay, you're going to come and stay with us, but on these days and for these hours, I need this from me.
Right.
So, and I think that the whole, the bike comes first. Your own sanity and your own health comes first. Right. So, I mean, some people take off Sundays to go to church. Like, we never see them on a Sunday, and that's the rule that they've made.
Right.
And I think that, we have our days where we ride.
Yeah.
And I think it's important to keep that.
Right.
So that you know that you've got
some me time. For us, it's a bike. For other people, it might be something else.
Yeah.
And it's healthy. Of course, for me, it makes a little bit of noise just because I'm the mom, and it's like, I don't feel like I can, say that on a statement, like.
But this is going back to your confidence.
No, and it comes back to my mental health. Like, when you put it that way, it's true. I need to make time for my bike, but not if I feel that I need to choose between either or.
But you get
I'm
used.
Not gonna choose the bike. I'm sorry.
Of course, you're going to choose your kid, but that's if in an emergency. But if the family knows, okay, Mum rides her bike Tuesday mornings at so and so, nothing's going to happen because they know you're going to be
right,
unless he's sick, and then of course you're going to stay home.
And again, it's my priority. Like, if I'm good, all the rest is going to go.
And the rest of the family is happier because you're happy.
Exactly. And again, maybe for men, it is like, I have my wife who will help me. Like I'm just gonna go on my bike, because there's a lot of guys they're so disciplined, like 4 a.m. or 6 a.m. or 6 p.m. whatever the time is, but they go and do their things because they have a system that help them to be writing, and everything else is gonna be okay while they're doing it. But when you're the mom, I feel like that load to make sure everybody is okay, so I can get this time for me. But it does make sense, and it's a good thing to when you put it that way. Like this is my mental health. It's like for some people therapy or whatever.
Like I need this just to function, to be happy,
right,
to be able to get on with my day.
Right. And if you are watching this, you're a woman, and you're like, this is my issue, I'm struggling with this because I feel guilty or whatever, you can somehow work on your favor and get organized and plan to have some time for you on the bike. You will deal with guiltiness, but you will see the bike will help you go through that.
Yeah.
And you're gonna be a better mom, a better person in general if you take care of your time for yourself, and you start. Remember, I keep saying this, we show other people how we want to be treated and how we like to be loved, and if we're not doing that for ourselves, like that's the message we're sending.
And sometimes I have to ask that myself too. They're like, okay, so what would I say to Nanny if she came to me with this problem?
Yeah,
because
true.
we forget to treat ourselves with kindness,
right,
and to allow ourselves. I felt a lot of guilt, especially when I've got a lot of work on. I'm like, oh, I should just really just be working. Even last night, like I should just stay home and work. But no, because I felt so much better and I was more productive.
Yeah.
After I just had that hour.
Right.
So guilt and shame, I think, is a woman thing. I think guilt and shame is a lot more on women. Yeah. Especially if you're a mother.
We'll do an episode where we're gonna talk about how self-discipline is my new love language, pretty much.
I like that.
I feel like when I'm disciplined with myself, I'm able to show others how to respect me, how serious I take my
boundaries,
my wellness.
Respect my boundaries.
Right. So I think that's a good subject. And then if you are a guy and your wife is trying to be part of the cycling life and stuff, you can work as a team to make it function, because I know it can be tricky, because I talked about this with Abraham all the time. Like we stop riding and then I need to make food for my family. I need to wash clothes or do whatever, and of course he needs to go to his job or fix our bikes, because we have like a deal. I cook, you go to the garage or the bike shop, whatever, and so you can make it work. It might be tricky sometimes. One of you is gonna feel guilty. The other one is gonna feel like overwhelmed, like I'm doing too much, and I can't. You're not available because you just did, and you are as tired as the other person. Is challenging,
especially if the other person doesn't have a hobby,
right?
And you're always out doing your bike and your hobbies and whatever, and they're just waiting at home. I think that's where the whole wife at home being angry at the husband thing comes from,
right?
Is because they're spending time with their buddies when maybe she's at home with the kids, and maybe that's where, because we don't understand that because we don't have that situation. But I do see that joke a lot where it's like, oh, the wife's angry, I'm out with the guys again, or you lie how long you're going to be out there. But
I mean, I was there. I was
if you have a wife at home that's mad at you, get in touch, comment.
Yeah, true.
Let us know what it's like.
I remember I wasn't mad because he was spending more time outside or whatever. I really wasn't thinking that way, but I was frustrated because I didn't have my thing. I didn't have, somewhere to channel all these emotions, and I didn't feel capable of being a cyclist. Like I feel like, oh, that's your thing, my thing. I have to pick something else. Thankfully, it's been working out, but again, it's challenging, and you can make it work. No matter if you are deciding to ride as a couple or not, you can get to the point where the bike is a priority because it makes you a better person.
So yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, what's really important is that you have fun on the bike. Wear what you want. Obviously, we're just talking about these silly rules. Wear what you want, but you absolutely must wear a helmet.
Oh yeah,
all the time. That's what I will end on. If I see you without a helmet on, I will give you a talking to.
Yeah.
If I don't want to see your brains splashed and splattered out on the road, if God forbid anything happens to you.
Crazy, yes.
So
it will save your life.
Wear a helmet. I mean, if I show up to even Lake Louisa and I've forgotten my helmet, I'm not riding.
Yeah.
I'll wear trainers on. I'll wear sneakers if I forgot my shoes.
Right.
But I'm not going to ride without my helmet.
It's true. It's true.
So yeah,
Safety first. Wear your helmet. Don't wear mirrors. Get a radar.
no bells.
No bells. The main thing again, safety. But have fun. Ride your bike. Comment us.
And toughen the fuck up.
These princes are telling you.
Toughen the fuck up.
If we can, anybody can, right?
Oh yeah. Thank you.
Yes. Share, comment, subscribe, and go ride your bike.
I'm glad we did that. I needed that. That was good.
We're gonna get
There's gonna be a lot
clips
more.
for you.